So today's video is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to tell you guys straight up why my first 6 months of this 2023 year has been so horrible and has sucked so bad. It might be a little bit of a surprise to you to hear somebody get on the internet that claim to be the mortgage boss, make all the money and do all of the things. Why would I tell you something like this? Because I think that in this industry, we owe it to people to be honest about the ups and the downs that you could potentially encounter when you join into being in this career. There may be people that come into this career that are completely delusional about what they should be expecting, because as an industry, we love to show people the ups and the highlights and, oh, look, I'm driving around in my new E-Class, got me a new Beamer, look at my new Louis, my new Gucci, my new Prada, dot, 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 dot. But we don't want to tell you, I've been eating ramen noodles this week. Ugh, don't want to let people know I'm not going on vacation. Let me just scroll through these old vacations and post them so it make it look like I'm on vacation again. No, we do truth, honesty, transparency. That's what we got going on over here. So if you about that life, then make sure you watch this video. I'm Joy Bailey. I'm the mortgage boss. If you're new here, I create content for new loan officers or aspiring loan officers in that 0 to 3 year range. I also create content for first time home buyers that are looking for advice, just from a realistic perspective on what y'all need to do to be able to navigate the do's and don'ts, wills and wants, can'ts and ain'ts in real estate. But back to what I was saying, y'all, this year, it kicked my ass. I'm not gonna lie to you. I done fell down on my knees. I was like, Jesus, Lord, I don't know what you want from me, but whatever it is, I surrender. I surrender. In an effort to be able to condense all of the things that I want to talk about, I did pull up some of my pipeline. And I'm gonna tell you all about the scars that I done got on this battlefield that we call mortgage loan originations this year. And then I also tell you a little bit about what am I gonna do to clean it up, fix it up, turn it around, place my feet on solid ground, and move forward. So somewhere around October, November, I started feeling like I was not being as productive throughout the day as I should have been. I wasn't making phone calls. I was finding reasons to not go out, to not hang out, to not answer the phone when my friends would call me. I was finding myself not creating content. Now I'm very active on Instagram. I found myself like more so just kind of interacting, like just being Joy, not doing the whole mortgage thing. I noticed that I literally will open my eyes in the morning and it would be time to take my son to school, and I would open my eyes and I'm like, am I depressed? I couldn't figure it out. I realized, oh, my birthday's in January. It must be I'm depressed about turning 40, and I was in some sort of denial about it. Nope. So I kept dismissing it as that. Well, some of you may have seen me on a live that I did literally at midnight of my 40th birthday. I mean, I went into that mug kicking and screaming. You don't understand how hard I was holding on to 39. Like, I was holding on so very tightly. But got to 40, I survived it. I was like, okay, I still feel the same. I still look the same. I still got it going on, you know. And so I didn't know what my problem was. So I said, okay, well, I'm gonna shake it off. New year, new me, rah, 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 vision board. Let's figure this thing out. It was not happening. The pipeline, the fact that I had really kind of stopped doing all that I could do back in, say, October, it was catching up with me in January. And I could not get it together. I remember at one point saying, God is feeding me right now. God is paying my bills right now. Because I knew, I couldn't figure, I thought I was being lazy, but I really genuinely could not figure out how to put one foot in front of the other. I know God is fed up with me right now. I mean, I'm over here not doing nothing I'm supposed to be doing, but it didn't occur to me at all. I was burned out until it occurred to me that I was burned out. So I ended up getting a therapist. I didn't start seeing a therapist until May. But, was it May? Yeah. But in January, I had my party and I was happy-ish. February, still couldn't get it together. The market started heating up. I started getting phone calls. I was like, okay, everything is going to fall into place. No problem. I just need to dig in a little bit deeper. I need to get different referral partners. I need to vet the referral partners, you know, a little more thoroughly. And that was my plan. That's what I was going to do. I was like, you know what? When all else fails, go back to the basics. What did I do when I first got into being retail? Let me go back and do that. So March was okay. My pipeline is building. Okay, pipeline's building up. It's getting warmer. I don't know about y'all, but I am severely affected by the idea that the sun go down at 5 o'clock in the wintertime. Like, it's time to go to bed. Don't ask me to do nothing. It's dark, it's cold. Get somebody else to do it. In April, I took a trip. So went on spring break with my son, and that was what I needed. So literally from about October until April, I couldn't get it together. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't do anything for myself. Let me look up the symptoms of burnout right quick. Okay, so emotional symptoms of burnout include sense of failure and self-doubt, feeling helpless, trapped, and defeated, detachment, feeling alone in the world, loss of motivation, increasingly cynical and having a negative outlook, decreased satisfaction, and sense of accomplishment. All that was me. And I'm sure there are more that go on the list, but all of that was me until I went on my vacation. And I'm not normally a vacation person. I don't take vacations. I'm like, sleep is for suckers. You know what I'm saying? I sleep when I'm dead. That's me, you know, hustle, hustle, hustle. And I hustle my way into a brick wall. Boom. So here I am. So let's talk a little bit about my pipeline. So what happened the first 6 months of 2023? I'm not going to give you everybody, but I want you to get the gist of what went on. So, okay, I had somebody that found me on social media and ended up purchasing new construction. The second person, this individual found me on social media. And so she was so eager and excited. And guess what? Lo and behold, she ghosted me. Listen, we ain't gonna get into my emotions about all of this. I'm just gonna tell you what things are and the way it went. So that's one, got cold feet. Okay, so this one is interesting. It was a refinance. It was a cash out refinance, and the person didn't qualify. There's something called delayed financing. So if you purchase a home in cash, you'll be able to get all your money out immediately. And we ended up having a situation with the underwriter where the underwriter did not believe that this person had purchased this home as their primary residence because they worked in a different state. Just know that the underwriter said it was a no-go for that. This one right here, this is when I realized what was going on in the year. So this person has a PhD in mathematics and teaches high school math. So that means they teach math to high school children with a PhD. Do you know who has PhDs in math? NASA. People that go to the moon have PhDs in mathematics. Well, this person had $200,000 in the bank. This person had like an 800 credit score. This person had a low debt to income ratio. This person owned their home outright, no mortgage on it. We're going through everything, and I said, okay, this is an easy pre-approval. I was a bit surprised that they wanted to get a pre-approval for $400,000 for their kid's house, but who am I? You know, whatever. We go through all of this, and the person gets the loan estimate and a pre-approval. The person with the PhD in mathematics that teaches math to high school students. You know how old you gotta be in high school? Like 14, 15, 16 years old. Like, teaches math. So PhD, 14-year-old. This mug gets the loan estimate and tells me that on a $400,000 home, they thought that the payment was gonna be about $1,500 or $100 a month. That's what happened with that one. Okay, this one right here. I had someone reach out to me. Hey, I need to get a pre-approval. On a Friday night? You do? Okay. Pants on fire, pants on fire. Got the pre-approval. Oh, we decided not to go see the house. Hey, can you send me another pre-approval for such and such amount? Sure, of course I can. And this goes on. Long story short, as of today, because I followed up a couple times, to my knowledge, this individual has not purchased a home. But they had to have a pre-approval on a Friday night. Right now. Today. Pants on fire. This other one, oh, I ain't saying that this person was getting ready to commit mortgage fraud, but I'm saying that this person was unable to move forward in the purchase. This person got a loan with me, a VA loan. Got a VA loan and then reached back out and said, hey, are you still in the mortgage business? Yeah, I'm still in the mortgage business. Hey, all right, I'm gonna send you a referral. Okay, cool, send me a referral. Then I got a phone call. Hey, I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Just send a person the app, like I said. But you know, it's good to hear from you. What's up? What's going on? My mama found a multi-family unit property and my mama wants to, to get it. Well, in the midst of this conversation, the person tells me that the house that they bought, that I gave them a loan on a few months earlier, that they did not live in that house. And I said, oh, what you mean you don't live there? Did you move? Oh no, I never moved in. We got some tenants. They're great tenants. They're wonderful tenants. They're great and wonderful tenants, and you never moved in, and on the loan application you put you were gonna have this as your primary residence. And now you bringing me your mama that wants to move from her house 20 miles down the road, because I mapped it out. Your mama is not trying to move out of her paid off house that is 55 years old and she got a husband. Get on the phone to mama. So where your husband gonna be at? Oh, he gonna stay here at this house. So your husband is gonna stay at this house. You gonna move down the street 20 miles. Why? Oh, so I could be closer to my job. Long story short, next case. This other person didn't qualify. This one, I ain't gonna lie, I just got beat on the deal. She was an amazing girl. I really enjoyed her a lot. But I couldn't beat the pricing that she ended up getting. This other person didn't qualify. This other person, they qualified, but I presented them with the information that they needed. And long story short, they ended up actually taking a worse worse offer with another lender. But anyway, this next person was going to move from the state that they lived in to this state and had $200,000 in the bank, excellent credit. And I want y'all to understand, most of the people I'm talking about have great credit. For real. Like, people, they see me on social media. I will say this. People that follow me on social media, they don't really come to me half-cocked. The people that follow me on Instagram, the people that follow me and subscribe on YouTube, they know I'm for real. Like, I'm here to tell you the truth. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you can buy a house when you can't buy a house. And I've had people tell you, like, Joy, thank you so much for being honest with me. I'm going to tell you the truth. So I'm not talking about people that just have absolutely no chance of buying. Like, that honestly, I don't really deal with that a whole lot. More often than not, they just need just a little push. It's not anything that's too outlandish. Again, if it's somebody that came to me and that has been following me. But this person had like $200,000 in the bank, putting down 20%. They had a low debt ratio. Everything, check, 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 great credit. Checking the boxes. She said that this is not the time for her to buy. And I can respect it. I can't even be mad. I mean, but again, it's just one of those things that has happened throughout the year this year. And then I'll just give you like one or two more. Like I said, I'm giving you an idea of the things that have been happening. It was a couple, boyfriend, girlfriend, lived separately. They both came to me. Each wanted to purchase their own individual residence because they didn't live together at the time, so no red flag. they got their pre-approval letters and immediately ran off to go and purchase new construction. They thought they were going to get more incentives. That's fine. It's called a blessing release. I don't wish bad on anybody that does not move forward with me or the circumstances change. I genuinely don't feel any way about it. I'm just emotionally frustrated from my year that I have had. Just like I said, it's just narrow misses. It's nobody's really nobody's fault. But there are things that have just happened to me that makes me feel like it's only me. But it's been happening to everybody because I talk to a lot of loan officer friends that I have, a lot of realtor friends that I have, and that's what's been going on this year. A lot of people are backing out the last minute, lack of funds, lack of interest. They're frustrated with their fines, and so they just choose to walk away. So those are just some of the examples of what my year has looked like this year. But I did hit the reset button after my vacation, and so I made some adjustments. I pivoted some of my practices to be a little bit more engaged, involved, to give my clients that extra touch that I know that they're not going to get from the next person. And you know, things are coming together. So I have a very bright outlook for the second half of the year. You know, the Bible says, tell God what you need. I done told him. I said it. I was real specific in my prayers. I asked really big. And so we'll see what happens. God has never let me down before, and I don't think he's gonna let me down now. So like I said, I know that I'm gonna have to put in work, and I'm gonna do the work to get the results. And if I don't get the results, that's fine too. Because at this point, like I said, it's not my plan. I gave up. I told y'all I surrendered. It's up to the Lord. It's whatever his will is for me is what we doing, okay? That's what I'm on right now. And that's what I'm going to be on for a very, very long time. But if you've ever experienced any downs, I do want to leave you guys with how do you turn it around. Seriously, you will experience burnout at some point. Y'all, I have been going hard for, at that point, about 8 years. A little over 8 years of working pretty much nonstop, not really doing vacations, just having a lot on me. And I broke, and it's okay. And while I was feeling like a failure, at the end of the day, having a life event happen to you does not mean that you're failing. It does not make you a failure. I'm not a failure. I'm still the mortgage boss. I still know how to write a loan. I still know how to save a deal. I closed one on Friday. I was the 4th person that this girl came to. Got that thing closed. Yes, I did. Pat on the back. You go, girl. You go, girl. Go, Joy. Yeah. So I know I could do the job. That hasn't changed. But the way that I go about things has changed. So my recommendation is, if you ever get in a rut, because everybody has sales slumps. You ever get in a sales slump, it's not you necessarily. It may be the circumstances of the market. It may be the circumstances of, you know, who you're dealing with. So you want to assess. So rather than just say, oh, it's me, I'm the problem. Like, you want to assess everything, all of the different variables. Is it the market? Is it the clients that you're working with? Is it the referrals? What's wrong with the referral sources? How are they coming to you? Why are they coming to you like that? Are you marketing yourself as the person that you telling people out here that they can get a house with no money and bad credit? If that's the case, then you might need to look at yourself and adjust some of the things that you're saying. Are you working with realtors that are telling people, hey, you can get a loan with no money and bad credit? You might not need to talk to those people anymore. You have got to drill down and figure out, well, did I go too far off of the basics? What works? Because the basics always work 100% of the time. While I am the mortgage boss, Miss Social Media and all of the things, the basics always work. And I have said that on videos in the past, and I have gotten back to those basics. Making phone calls, researching the people that I'm calling before I pick up the phone. Have they been selling deals in the last 12 months? If not, then we don't need to have a conversation. What we got to talk about? Why each other struggling? I don't want to do that. I don't desire to surround myself with people that don't have a positive outlook. I don't desire to surround myself with people that are like, oh, I think I'm gonna get out of the business. I'm never getting out of this. If I can help it, if God graces me with the opportunity to stay in this career and flourish, I'm going to do that. And not only am I going to do it, I'm going to do it successfully with my head held high and break records. And I'm going to take as many people that look like me along with me on the ride. So no, I ain't going nowhere. She's not going anywhere. She's going to pivot. She's going to make adjustments and she's going to move forward just like that. So what I recommend that you do, if you find yourself in a sales slump, you need to listen to some podcasts. You need to read some books. You need to write down a new plan. You need to evaluate your old plan. Throw some stuff away. That don't necessarily mean you need to change companies. You might need to change companies, but there are a lot of different things that you need to do to, like I said, make a shift. Just because the circumstances aren't optimal doesn't mean that your situation can't be optimal. You need to optimize everything that you possibly can to get the best outcome from what you are putting in. And I wasn't putting in anything. So I got what I got. It's a 90-day cycle. What you did 90 days ago gonna show up today. The stuff that I did 90 days ago, I was making phone calls. I was out here having coffee appointments with people. Not just with people, but with people that were selling, with people that are being successful. I have 9 years of experience in mortgage. Prior to that, I was a teacher. That is an asset. I'm on social media. That is an asset. So I'm bringing something to these conversations that I'm having with these veteran realtors that have been realtors for, 8, 10, 15, 20 years. I know it's going to turn around. And yes, I will be making more content on social media because that was my plan. I said, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. And so with all of that combined, my year is absolutely going to turn around with prayer and supplication. God gonna see me through this and it's gonna be okay. And the fact that I'm here telling you all, I'm having a horrible year. It's bad. I think I closed 6 loans, 5 loans, next to nothing. It's hopefully going to encourage the next person. I hope that the right person hears this message and it encourages you not to give up, but just make some adjustments. So I hope this was helpful. If I can be of a benefit to you all, I do have a link down below. We can schedule a call, chit chat a little bit. I could chat with you, make some recommendations, because I know how to fix my problem. I knew what to do. I just, like I said, I was emotionally ill-equipped. I prayed about it and I got me a therapist and we gonna do what we doing. It's gonna get better. So anyway, till next time, y'all. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe and share this with a friend as well. Y'all have a great day.